I want to talk about why boundaries are important and get you thinking about boundaries, experiencing boundaries in a way that allows you to set them and see them differently. When I say see them differently, there's some of these hidden beliefs around what a boundary is. They believe that a boundary is actually a burden and the other person suddenly has to carry it. They also sometimes believe that it's them coming in and being selfish and asking for what they want. Who am I to ask this other person to change their behavior around me? What gives me the right to do that? They also think that boundaries get in the way of love and acceptance. Isn't a boundary a wall? Shouldn't I love and accept them for however they show up? They might also believe they would push the people out of their lives that mattered. Now, if you take all those beliefs and you just kind of look at them together, you can see how this is just the perfect system for creating a way of being in relationship that actually stops you from truly having a voice, stepping into your power, and creating a healthy relationship with yourself and a healthy relationship with the other person. It confines you to walking around on eggshells, holding yourself back, and not expressing the full extent of your emotional experience or what it is that you're wanting. Let's open up a different way of looking at boundaries, the idea of boundaries, so that when you think about setting a boundary with somebody, it begins to occur differently within inside of your system where you can have more permission and see that it's actually an investment in the relationship and it calls forth the best version of you and possibly the best version of the person that you're interacting with. Let's redefine a boundary. Is a boundary a wall? Does a boundary actually just create distance and block you from the other person? No, a boundary is a container. A boundary creates, it distinguishes a platform or a playing field for your relationship to occur within. A boundary sets forth the structure and the frequency that you want and are committed to bringing into your relationship. And if you are not willing to set boundaries, you're not going to have a clear commitment to what it is that you and this other person are wanting to create in the relationship. Another form of a boundary is just saying that we are in a monogamous, committed relationship. And what that does is it protects the relationship from outside forces that could threaten the connection. We have an agreed shared reality that we're monogamous and that we're committed and that we're not going to be putting our energy romantically into other people. That is a boundary. A boundary is an investment in a relationship. If I set a boundary with somebody, it's only because they matter. So it's not actually a selfish act. Yes, it might have myself in the equation, absolutely, but it's also an investment in the relationship because essentially what I'm doing with a boundary is I'm saying, hey, here's what I'm committed to creating between you and I in terms of a frequency, in terms of a feeling, a flavor in the relationship. This boundary is going to allow me to show up as my best self and not have any resentment, and I'm inviting you into that as well.